Good evening. We're glad to have you all here. This is the work session for the Pflugerville City Council, calling to order at 5:01 on Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Our first item on the agenda tonight is to conduct a presentation on the engineering department. We have our engineering department here tonight. I know they do more than drive trains, so I'm excited to hear about what they do and what they can tell us about.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Let me see if I can forward the slides. There we go. My name is Evan Groeschel. I'm the Operations Director over Transportation. And then Matt doesn't have a name tag, so we can go ahead and do introductions now.
I'm Matt Recker. I am your Public Utilities and Engineering Director.
Welcome.
So just kind of going over what we do for Pflugerville. So engineering services, we're providing Pflugerville residents in the business community with high quality, safe, efficient public infrastructure and facilities for water, wastewater, transportation, drainage, and facilities. So a lot of ground to cover there. And then our organizational structure, we're split into 3 different groups. So we have utilities engineering, which is Matt, and he'll go through his things. Transportation and drainage, which I'll address some of those items, and then we also have development engineering, so explaining the three. So utilities and transportation, drainage, what we head up and lead is the planning, design, and construction of the 5-year CIP that is approved in the budget, and we plan that with budgeting and finance, and then using different tools, transportation master plans, drainage master plans, water, wastewater, to help kind of define what those projects are. And work with finance to budget those, present those to you all in different various committees, and then we deliver on those projects. And then development engineering is leading and reviewing and approving all the development-driven infrastructure projects for all the public infrastructure. So services that we're responsible for, again, implementing the 5-year CIP, identifying and planning the citywide capital needs for a 5-year horizon, ensuring that the design meets the intended use, the operations and the maintenance plans, and that comply with regulatory requirements. And then also we have another group that's our construction management team, and that we'll go into a little bit more. But that group, we have a group for construction management on the utility side as well as on the transportation side, and those groups manage the projects so we're on budget, on time, delivery of projects. So identifying the citywide capital needs, as I mentioned before, using the various master plans, even the facility master plan, and then the various studies, and also citizen requests for service and preventative maintenance, scoping, justification of projects, identifying the cost and the funding, and then prioritizing the needs through the Capital Improvement Bond Committee, Capital Improvement Advisory Committee, Planning and Zoning Commission, and also City Council.
May I ask what type of citizen requests for service do you receive?
So a lot of the times it would be, we need a light here, those types of things, like we need a traffic signal light. And then from an engineering perspective, the reason that's an engineering, not operations perspective, is because there has to be analysis done to do a traffic signal or warrant analysis. So that's more involved in like doing the traffic study and traffic flow analysis to justify that signal. So those kinds of requests from citizens that are more engineering perspective need to be analyzed from that kind of discipline lens.
Let me ask this: if a citizen said there used to be a striped crosswalk here, but they did the HA5 and it's gone now, that would be a citizen request that this department would handle, or someone else?
That would be an operations.
That'd be more operations,
thing, because pavement markings is an operations function.
So in this case, this is stuff that then I assume gets added to your list. You're not doing a signal warrant analysis because someone submitted the form on the website. You're going to put that in your plans and start figuring out, all right, do we need to do it here or do we need to do it there?
Yeah, because when we think of signalized intersections, it's a corridor. So there's also timing and ensuring that we have adequate traffic flow among corridors, north, south, east, west. So just putting in a traffic signal at an intersection affects the whole corridor. So it needs to be looked at from an engineering perspective. Things like striping and those types of things, those are operational functions, more maintenance function.
What about if someone asked when you turn from 45 onto 685 by Stonehill and people don't stay in the lane and they think you can stop and people want to have a barrier so it's clear that it's a dedicated turn lane?
That is a very specific
I know. I've had that question, so here we have the experts, so we can ask.
Bless you.
I've actually lived that question. And the key is having a good relationship with TxDOT.
Okay.
And kind of talking to them and having routine conversations and developing those relationships so that when you see maintenance items like that, and a lot of the reason is it's either faded, so it's not sticking out to people, or there's a reflectivity issue on a yield sign, those types of things. That's when having a good relationship with our surrounding organizations or entities like that, to where you can call somebody. Because that has come up before, and all it took was a phone call to have that restriped, specifically what you're talking about.
Is there a specific email or form for someone or would they go through the regular request a thing and then it would get routed to you as appropriate?
So they can either do our reporter problem that's online, but they could also call us, our email.
Okay, I'm going to send them to you when they start asking me these
If
things.
there's a call or an email, we're not going to tell them to go to report a problem.
Sure.
We'll handle it. Also, design services. We have utility engineering as well as transportation engineering. So professional services procurement is also another one. And you're procuring for design and also to do the studies that justify the projects that we plan. Project design, so plans, cost survey, right-of-way acquisition is a big one. Utility relocation is a big one. Public input through open houses, that's also very vital because we want to make sure that the public knows what we're wanting to do and also get their feedback because they may see something that we don't. So it's really important, but also it's making sure that we're providing information to our citizens on the projects that are coming up. And then technical review of codes and standards of capital projects. We have to make sure that when we design projects, we're looking at not only our own engineering specifications, but also looking at bigger picture and how these projects tie into adjacent properties. As I mentioned before, construction management and inspection services, so professional services procurement for construction management. So sometimes we will do third-party inspection if it's like a discipline inspection, such as water treatment plant expansion, wastewater construction, those types of things. Oftentimes, cities will do a separate contract with the engineering design consultant to perform discipline inspection. And then project construction through alternate project delivery, such as CMAR, those types of things, which really greatly mitigates the risk of the city for larger projects such as the Public Works Complex. And then construction management and inspection. And now I'll quit speaking for a minute, and Matt can take over.
So in the utility engineering, we have a team of 8, 2 engineers, 3 project managers, 3 construction inspectors. They're currently managing about 30 CIP projects in the ballpark of $800 million. Some of the bigger ones that you're well familiar with, the water treatment plant expansion. That's taken the water plant from 17 plus million gallons to about 30 million gallons. It's in construction. We're pushing on that contractor. Right now, the substantial completion is set for late spring. It's looking like there's a time extension in for review right now, so it's looking like it's
Are
probably
they on target, behind target, ahead of target?
You just said time extension request,
I
right?
know. I was throwing them a softball.
How close are they?
Yeah.
You said late
Yeah.
spring,
Throw 'em in the water.
and it always gets me that summer technically doesn't start till June 21st.
Don't you love that? That's how they get it in.
Which-
Yeah.
yeah,
whoa,
so-
it's
So
September.
June.
So late spring, are we talking?
Yeah.
Are we talking June, or is it more, as we say in my business, September, November,
So their substantial completion as it stands right now is the end of March.
end of March?
They've asked for, I believe, an extra 80 days, which would put them into May timeframe. I'm sorry, I'm going somewhat off the top
End
of
of
my head.
March,
Here.
early June,
Sure.
mid-June.
and then that would change substantial completion, and then final completion is anticipated in around October, November,
Okay,
as
so
we see it today.
What's the basis? What happened?
So
I assume that's something that will come to us for approval for the days extension, or is that something that's handled administratively?
Great question.
double check me, but I believe since it's just a time thing, it would just be done
Just
administratively.
the time thing.
When you say substantial completion, that means operational?
Yeah, so substantial completion is typically defined as when we are able to use the benefit of the expansion.
Okay.
So punch list is the only thing that'll be left afterwards?
Typically, yeah, you're looking at punch list, reestablishing vegetation.
And that
those
October-
minor issues.
The October-November date, you said that's with the 80 days for the final completion?
That would push final
That-
completion out to that time.
That,
Yes, sir.
okay, that's not October, November, but then maybe plus 80 days. We're not talking plus 80 days today.
Right.
Before the end of the year, final completion.
That's what we understand
Awesome.
right now with the schedule. Yes, sir.
What was it? What happened? Why is there a delay?
How many days have you been on the job?
Today
Yeah.
is
You can phone a
12, I
friend.
think.
Just checking.
Phone a friend.
Sorry, I'd have to dig.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's something we can get in our.
I-
It's okay.
He already knows the answer. He's just asking.
If you'd have been here 13 days, we'd be giving you a hard time.
I don't expect you to know,
Yeah.
to have memorized everything in the first 12 days.
It's okay.
I almost have my printer up and running, so that's.
Hey, that's a bonus.
I've offered to help.
So the other projects we've got are the secondary water line coming from the Colorado River, and then the wastewater treatment plant, which is a greenfield site, taking it up to 6 million gallons of treatment per day.
And I'm sorry,
How far are we from
substantial completion on those?
Yeah.
Substantial completion on the second raw water line.
Mhm.
I'm a little hesitant to answer this question. Right now, we are tracking to have that one done in the summer of this year. We did have a minor issue. There was actually
So we say summer, we mean between
September.
July, September.
September
July of
26th.
26
Yeah.
is ballpark. July of 26 is what we're targeting.
July 20.
July 20.
Well, you're quite specific. Okay.
Okay.
No, July
Not
of
July
26.
of 26.
Oh,
There we go.
Those two letters.
That
Yes.
engineering precision, that,
28, 26.
that matters a lot. All right. And the wastewater?
Wastewater is anticipated to be substantially complete by November timeframe, and we're thinking fully complete in early 27.
Early 27 before springtime, or
I mean,
Yeah, I think we're targeting sometime in like February.
Early, I'm going to interpret as Q1.
That's fair.
Fair. All right. David, I'm sorry, you had a question?
No, I was just asking the same question you were asking.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, moving to transportation. So we have two engineers. We have a assistant director of transportation engineer, and then we have an engineering manager. 4 project managers, 3 construction inspectors managing 36 projects. And then some of the highlighted projects are the Piccadilly Drive, Central Commerce, Royston Lane, currently under construction. Estimated, well, I think scheduled to be done March 2027. The Historic Colored Edition project currently under construction, with completion July 2027. And then East Pflugerville Parkway west of Weiss, and the bid closes March 22nd, and they were looking to start that around May. That was only 2 slides. But now back to Matt.
Development engineering, it handles all of the private development stuff. So we have 4 engineers, 3 inspectors managing all of that. Last year we did about 337 applications, and that could be anything from a site disturbance permit to a plat to site plan, infrastructure plan, any of those kind of things.
do you,
I have a question
I
on
know, I
that.
was going to ask. I don't know if you know this. if you can phone a friend to help on that. Historically, is that average, higher, lower? You know?
Don't know the answer.
Okay, it's okay.
I'd have to
No, it's okay.
go back and do some research.
Perfect. Okay.
It will differ from city to city, though, I would say.
Well,
But he's saying here,
Here, historically.
like, is that volume
Yeah, because remember
normal
Yeah.
or high?
I just wanted to
or
make sure you were.
Yeah.
trending up?
Because we had some, remember a couple years ago, we
Yeah.
had some things going.
My question was, are we generally completing those application reviews in an acceptable timeline for the industry? I see a nod.
I believe so.
That's a question
I mean,
that
So
people have.
acceptable is in the eye of the beholder
Sure.
in this industry. If you talk to the developers and the engineers, the answer is probably going to be no. We want you to do it faster. We want everything in a day. If you talk to staff, then we're exactly where we should be.
Are we outperforming our peers?
Peers as far as other cities.
Other cities.
Well, I mean, so I can tell you the city that I came from, which I will not say that specific name.
No reason to.
We were averaging 10 to 15 day turnaround on all of our applications.
Okay.
I think that we're generally in that 15 to 20 day range here, but I would have to double check and go get all the numbers for you.
Okay. I want us to be thorough. I
Sure.
would say quick and fast. Fast and right aren't always in the same sentence. So make sure we do it right.
Yes, sir. Let's see. So part of the development engineering is floodplain management.
Oh, she sneezed.
I'm
I'm sorry.
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 I'm sorry.
So, that's just checking to make sure that all these developments are compliant with FEMA regulations, that we're not putting any new structures in harm's way, those kind of things, protecting the floodway as it pertains to the current FEMA maps.
How do we deal when there are with changes to the maps and the 100-year floodplains?
Well, we've actually had to deal with that.
I know.
How often does that?
I don't know.
And that
I'm
happened-
still learning.
What was that about?
Well, it was Atlas 14.
5? Yeah. What was that about? 5
But
years
it
ago?
took them like 6 years to implement
Implement.
Atlas 14.
Yeah.
Atlas 14, it was a change in the rainfall amount for pretty much all of Texas, but
Yeah.
it really hit southern and central Texas harder than everybody else. And that came out in 2019, and so I believe it took. In some cities, they're still trying to update the maps. I believe Pflugerville, we had updated maps in 24, 25.
I want to say earlier because that affected our whole conversation regarding the pool.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It did.
So there's two different ways that you can handle this map conversation.
Well, I think the question is, how often do the maps get revised?
Great question.
How often? Because is that from FEMA telling us, oh, your floodplain changed based on rainfall data or based on stream flows?
Yeah. So, if the question is specifically how often does FEMA change their maps? Once a decade, maybe. I mean, it doesn't happen very often because they usually have years and years worth of studies that they collect, and then there's a lot of public comments that go through. They look at all the things, they provide all the feedback, and then they get around to finally releasing maps. And then by that time, the map is outdated, and they got to start the process all over again. But there are lots of other processes that we go through to update maps, and then as far as regulating these things, that's part of what these guys do is make sure that these developers are running all the analysis to make sure that we're checking all the boxes.
Well, I think we all remember the Memorial Day flood from years ago, and that I think opened a lot of eyes regarding
I didn't think you were that old, Reed.
there as well. So,
The Memorial Day flood of 1981? Oh, you're not talking about that one.
I think was it 14?
14.
Yeah, 14.
Was it
when
that
we had
long ago?
When we had cars underwater
Yeah.
on Kelly Lane.
Oh,
And we literally.
maybe there was another
I'm
one
talking
that I
about
saw
the one where
more
Whole Foods
recently.
was underwater.
Not familiar with that one.
The original.
I imagine
Newcomers.
I would have been underwater at that point.
I think we all.
Yeah, I'm curious, not to derail us, but on Pecan Crossing, I see we've still got the streets there where Pecan turns and then has the crazy triangle with Cameron Road. when do we expect that to be on a plan?
The roadway,
Yeah, to straighten out that ridiculous intersection.
I'll have to phone a friend and ask
Who says
Danny,
who?
our assistant director of traffic
Is it
transportation.
Pecan and Cameron.
Yeah. The hot mess.
I can't picture that.
In the center slide there, you'll see
Oh, I'm
Pecan and
sorry.
Cameron.
Yes, I'm
Um,
sorry. I think I reported a while back that we have several projects in that area.
Mhm.
And we're working with the county. They have a project that's on their bond program.
Mhm.
So we have a project to widen Weiss Lane, which incorporates part of that.
Mhm.
Then we have another project which goes from that first curve that the county would take off. The one that goes down towards, if you go down on Cameron, it would tie into 130. We have a project that goes from there all the way to widen the pond going towards the west.
Okay.
And then the developer has a project that takes off from that intersection and ties down into Cameron.
So, to my concern, if you look at the slide, if you look at the center image there, obviously we've got a developer proposing a building on that corner. So we wouldn't be rerouting Pecan through that property. We're going to need property from the the land to the east. Just want to make sure that we're properly planning for that. If we've already got this in the works and we know we need to fix that intersection, it seems like it would have been beneficial for us to do it in conjunction with this project rather than wait for the next one, which it feels like it would have been easier to get the land for it at this point.
If I remember right, the part that, if you're talking about with from Pecan extending to the east,
Mhm.
that would be the counties to get for their project. Because they're going to tie in right there and take out that curve. Does that make sense?
Do they have the land already?
They're just a preliminary design.
Okay.
That's where they determine how much right of way they'll need.
Okay.
I can get you a better schematic. This is, we're just doing.
So the county is the one responsible that's going to soften the curve?
That's
Is that what
what
I'm
I'm
hearing?
hearing.
That is, and it's already been bonded. It's already been approved in the bond.
I've frequently been disappointed with the pace that the county constructs roads. I find that sometimes we need to step up and do it more quickly. It seems like that one would have been something that we could have done rather than relying on the county, or at least doing something in conjunction. I just want to make sure it's on our radar to get it cleaned up.
And the reason,
Evan?
yeah,
I'll say that we've really strengthened our relationship with them, and we do have a monthly standing meeting now.
Oh,
we have
wonderful.
with them. So because of all the projects that are happening and all the coordination that's needed, that's vital in having those relationships. But
Okay,
we
I know
are
your
having
name.
we are having conversations and keeping that relationship and communication.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
and Evan, to be clear, and we're not trying to be jerks, but we get at least twice a month complaints about that area, and I'm probably being nice saying that. And we know the bond's already been approved from that. It was a 2023 bond. And so anything you can do to help. I know that they said they're supposed to be doing construction by 2027, but anything that you can help expedite that, do that would be great. Cause
And it's how we get to 1849. So even if it is a county project, it's city property access. So I want to make sure we're being responsive to that.
And I'll also note, because I was out that direction recently, and they have milled and overlaid a lot of that, so they really increased the quality of the roadway there.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, what had happened?
They've made roadway improvements
Okay.
out to 1849, so that road now is not a roller coaster.
Good to hear.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Good to hear.
It's not a roller coaster.
Thank you. Thank you for humoring me on that.
I think that's.
Oh. Time for questions. Not that we didn't ask any along the way.
Always a hot bench.
Yeah, I know we keep this department very busy. We've got a heck of a CIP. We've got a lot of roads and infrastructure, facilities, and all that good stuff that's working. So I do want to say thank you for getting so much done so quickly. As you heard, I I value our department more than some of our partners because we're better at getting things done more quickly. So I want to just make sure I let you know I do appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Council?
Thank you.
All right. Easy enough. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thanks, guys.
I gotta get a new battery. She's dead already. That's good. Sure.
All right, that takes us to item 2B and item 2C. We're going to be retiring to executive session. Our first item 2B is consultation with legal counsel pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code for discussion regarding case number 1:24-CV-00914-ABA Impact Way LLC v. Pflugerville Community Development Corporation and City of Pflugerville, pending in the Western District of Texas, Austin Division, and 2C, discussion of personnel matters pursuant to section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code regarding city attorney. With that, it is 5:27. We are in executive session.
Black Mike.
Where's Melody?
Yeah, we need to wait for her. 'Cause
Is she back
I need
there?
a second.
Trista, what time did I take you back there?
Putting on a show. Yeah, she's on the other side of the podium. David,
She's coming.
I haven't called us back
on the
yet.
other side of the podium.
Where's Melody?
Oh, Melody. Oh, you were talking about the attorney.
Please grab it.
Time is 6:49. We have returned from executive session and we are reconvening our work session. And where's my agenda?
Mr. Mayor, will you accept a motion?
Do I need to open an item first?
There's no action.
There is no action on the work session agenda.
No, oh, that's only on the,
Well, there's no open session listed on the work session agenda.
so we're gonna have to wait for that on the, is there a,
That's
only
my
in
understanding.
the,
Is there an action on the?
There
There
is
is
an
open
action
session
option
available on the
in the
regular.
regular meeting.
on the regular meeting?
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That being the case, it is 6:50. Mike,
So,
are you?
Mr. Mayor, can we, when we get past the pledges and the moment of silence, can we move that to the front of the train at the regular meeting?
I'll evaluate that in the meantime.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
6:50. Our work session is adjourned. We'll be back at it in about 10 minutes. So.